shule njema, mandhari matulivu tunayo. Tunawasifu maprofesa mbalimbali waliosomea shahada mbalimbali, wamepanda ndege nchi mbalimbali, impacting knowledge to the students. Ndio kile tunahitaji Rongo. Salimia Profesa Gudu, Profesa Gudu, Profesa Engineer Stanley Shitote, pamoja na Profesa Agostino Nkware na mwalimu wa muziki Caleb Nyamwono. Profesa Engineer Stanley Shitote pamoja na Profesa Agostino Nkware na mwalimu wa muziki Caleb Nyamwono. Obuya Solo asalimia Madam F.O. Janet Chumba, Professor John Ernest Dodada pamoja na wakili Zakius Imbo. Usisahau Weekly Fogaga, Jonathan Mulwa. Tulinde, utunyeshe baraka na neema tele tele, tuzidi kupaa. Steve Ono, Engineer Ben Calvin pamoja na Daktari Mulwa. Watulinde, pamoja tusonge mbele. Wanafunzi sini mabesi, na milima ya Kitere tutambulike. Kwa michezoni twaongoza, tunaburudisha muziki tunachapa kuchapa. Serikali yetu omwami wanje akulinde, ngai wako atwalinde, opongo nyakalaga Nyasaye wora yemone parwa. Batoto Barongo wanacheza muziki pole pole, muziki santima. Atina lingio muziki tuko yemba. Muziki tele tele Papa Manu pamoja na basic guitarist Rongo University. Malo. Michezo ni Rongo Malo. Kuigiza Rongo Malo. Wanafunzi Rongo Malo. Wanakwaya Rongo Malo. Batoto Barongo banaleta ngoma kutoka mbali. Hata nini? Tucheze na tupeleke. Tunawaambia Wakenya wote, Rongo ni mama yao. Rongo inapendeza, Rongo ni moto moto, Rongo ni chuo kikuu changu. Nimetoka Kisumu kukula ngege, ninaenda. Nimetoka Ugwe kukula mbuta, ninaenda. Nimetoka Migori kuchimba migodi, ninaenda. Nimetoka Nairobi kule Mathare, nimetoka Bagusi kukula matoke. Haya, nimetoka Mombasa kukula pweza. Ninaenda Rongo. Judy Bonyo asalimia Daktari Sharon Onditi, Dean of Student Bena Sugo. Shikilia mikono ya Victor Lusike. Watoto Masuba na muza waya wele. Vivian Kawili, Super Chair Lady Rongo University Music. Salimia Papa Barto pamoja na Fenio yale. Waya ai.
Tunajivunia Rongo shule njema, mandhari matulivu tunayo. Tunawasifu maprofesa mbalimbali waliosomea shahada mbalimbali, wamepanda ndege nchi mbalimbali, impacting knowledge to the students. Ndio kile tunahitaji Rongo.
Salimia Professor Gudu, Professor Engineer Stanley Shitete pamoja na Professor Agostino Nkware na mwalimu wa muziki Caleb Nyamwono, Professor Engineer Stanley Shitete pamoja na Professor Agostino Nkware na mwalimu wa muziki Caleb Nyamwono. Obuya Solo. Salimia Madam F.O. Janet Chumba, Professor John Ernest Todada pamoja na wakili Zakius Imbo. Usisahau Weekly Fogaga, Jonathan Mulwa.
Tulinde, utunyeshe baraka na neema tele tele, tuzidi kupaa.
Steve Olo, Engineer Ben Calvin pamoja na Daktari Mulwa.
Pamoja tusonge mbele, wanafunzi sini mabeste,
na milima ya Kitere tutambulike, kwa michezoni twaongoza, tunaburudisha
muziki tunachapa kuchapa.
Serikali
yetu omwami wanje akulinde,
ngai wako
atulinde,
opongo nyakalaga
Nyasaye wora yemone barwa.
Batoto Barongo wanacheza muziki pole pole, muziki santima. Atina lengio muziki tuko yemba. Muziki tele tele Papa Manu pamoja na basic guitarist Rongo University.
Michezo ni Rongo malo, kuigiza Rongo malo, wanafunzi Rongo malo, wanakwaya Rongo malo.
Nasalimia Daktari Sharolo Nditi, Dean of Student Bena Sugo. Shikilia mikono ya Victor Lusike, watoto wa Suba na muza waya wele. Vivian Kawili, Super Chair Lady Roma University Music. Salimia Papa Barto pamoja na Fenio yale. Waya ai.
Mengi mazuri tumeyaona, Mungu umetenda, ni kweli wewe muweza. Ulitamka vitu vikawa, neno tulatosha, ukisema umetenda. Israeli, uliwavusha, katoa mkatani,
yako. Salimia Shabchea Jevik Masila, Papa Lulu, bila kusahau Madam Sekjen Jeril Mokeira, pamoja na Domi, Papa Winchi, Joy Chara. Ongeza volume, Lusike Victor, kijana Msuba, sengenge inalia kweli kweli.
That have been to the mountain top, have seen the glory land. I may not get there together with you, but together you will get there.
Down the way when the nights are gay and the sunshine daily on the mountain top. I took a trip on a sailing ship, and when I reached Jamaica, I made a stop. But sad to say, I'm on my way. Won't be back for maybe a day. My heart is down, my head is spinning around. I had to leave my little girl in Kingston town. Sad to say,
koro adhi okabiduogo kendo chunya lit pacha wilore nena weyo nyako moro Rongo University. It is hard to say, oh, sad to say I'm on my way. Won't be back for many a days. My heart is down, my head is spinning around. I have to live a little girl. Sad to say, I'm on my way. Yeah. My head is spinning around in Kingston town. I'm on my way for many a day. Oh, I have to live a little girl in Kingston town.
AI can generate surprisingly good 3D characters. Why I didn't want to make this video before, because most of 3D AI generators fail to do that space. And luckily for us guys, we do have Tripo. The reason
tunajivunia masomo bora kwa wote, tunasherehekea huduma bora kwa wote, tunajivunia masomo bora kwa wote, tunasherehekea huduma bora kwa wote, mandhari matulivu tunayotia linde kwa moyo, wanarongo wote tuimbe ae, mandhari matulivu tunayotia linde kwa moyo, wanarongo wote tuimbe ae.
Uongozi bora, uadhiri bora, kila kitu shwari, mambo yote sawa. Ukitaka nyimbo nzuri tunazipata Rongo, ufadhili wa masomo tunaupata Rongo, maprofesa mbalimbali wamehitimu hapa Rongo, waimbaji mbalimbali wamehitimu hapa Rongo yoyo.
Tunajivunia masomo bora kwa wote, tunasherehekea huduma bora kwa wote, tunajivunia masomo bora kwa wote, tunasherehekea huduma bora kwa wote, mandhari matulivu tunayotia linde kwa moyo, wanarongo wote tuimbe ae,
Joseph Oduma also, who is a farmer from Nyatike, Migori County. And more importantly, I'm privileged to have one important guest also. This is John. John is coming to us from Brazil. And I want to bring us a discussion. And the discussion is towards what we've been doing here for a couple of days now. I want to give our viewers an overview of this particular discussion and allow me to get this to the ears of the audience so that they understand where we are going from and where we are coming, where we are going to and where we are coming from. Now, from what began as a voicing change chapter over and a few years ago, different ideas were birthed and different voices were brought to book and people discussed and voices were heard. Out of this, the project that began as a voicing change, a flow project began. And this flow project began and spread from Canada to Mexico, to Brazil, to Australia, to India, to Sri Lanka, and even to Kenya. And out of this, a community of practice was formed. People that come from different backgrounds came together to form a community of practice, commonly known as COP. And this community of practice involved farmers, students, and researchers whose voices have shaped how sustainable food system can be realized in different areas. The concept of flow and the concept from voicing change has been to promote sustainable food system, being one of the sustainable development goals that United Nations came up with, and this is SDG 2 that promotes world that is food secure. And the concept of flow per se is to advocate for agroecology as a way of sustainability in securing sustainable food system in the countries I've just mentioned. And this discussion will be revolving around those areas and around the concept of agroecology, practices that is used as a gear or as a vehicle to achieve sustainable food system. So that is the reason as to why we are here. And NATCOM, so to speak, has been a center stage in this journey for as long as it began, and their contribution to this journey cannot be neglected and is well understood. In the studio also, Rongo University boasts of having a UNESCO chair, and that is the vice chancellor for Rongo University, who is not just a UNESCO chair for Rongo University alone, but is a UNESCO chair for all universities in Kenya. And so that makes you understand the kind of guests that we're having today and what discussions that we're gonna have this particular morning. So my guests feel most welcome, and know that everything that we're gonna speak this morning is for the benefits of our listeners. Maybe just to begin, maybe from my right hand side, I have the professor who is also a host, our host here at Rongo University. Professor, maybe just tell us your name once again, and what does this meeting means to you, being the host of this particular event? Yes.
Thank you so much. My name is Samuel Gulu, the Vice Chancellor of Rongo University. Today is a great day for Rongo University. For the whole week, we have been around and discussing on food systems and how we can be able to sustain food and ensure that everybody has got food. This is contained in the Kenyan Constitution, it is in the SDGs, and therefore for Rongo University, our contribution to food systems, especially in Migori County, and because we have been doing a lot of research, for your information, Rongo University, because of the research we do in food systems, we are a center of excellence in food and nutrition for the Lake region. And therefore, because of this, we work with many countries. And this week, we have been visited by other regions of the world, Canada, Brazil, Sri Lanka, Mexico. And the experts from there are discussing the matters of food sustainability. They're discussing how we can use agroecology to enhance food security and food systems, starting from where we produce food production, how we distribute, how we consume, how we contain the wastes, is at the heart of what we are discussing. And therefore, for Rongo University, we are extremely excited that our team from UNESCO Kenya, the team from various countries, are coming to help us, and we are also having farmers with us.
Yes.
And we are putting our heads together to see how we can sustain food security for everybody, especially in Migori County and globally.
Yes.
Thank you.
Prof, thank you. You've clearly put it so well, and that is what we are here for. We are here to see ways in which we can achieve food sustainability. And through this, the means that we are trying to implement here is to use agroecological practices, other practices that are environmental friendly and also are sustainable in nature. Just from what Prof is saying, maybe let me just go straight to Joan. Migori County is in Kenya is one of the counties that suffers food insecurity, and for quite some reasons, it's because maybe unfavorable weather, climate changes that has affected the county. I don't know what the situation is like in India in terms of food security.
First off, thank you so much for helping us today. It's such a privilege to sit with you, Dr. Guru, Joseph, Tony. And I'm just grateful to be in this space. Okay. So I study and engage with a community organization in Andhra Pradesh, India. The organization is RYSS, which translates to the Farmers Empowerment Organization. And they are part of the largest agroecological transition in the world right now. So currently what we're seeing is that there is 1.76 million farmers who have converted to natural farming, and that's roughly equates to about almost a million hectares. And it's had farmer income gains of 38 to 66%, so significant gains in farmer livelihoods, and that's in addition to on the field having water savings and GHG, greenhouse gas emission reduction. So really thinking about how not just climate change is impacting the farmer, but how can the farmer make themselves more resilient to climate change? And I just want to tell a story about a cyclone that happened. I believe it was in 2023. And farmers who had adopted natural farming actually saw a significant increase in the resilience of their rice fields because their stalks were actually denser and deeper than traditional input-based farming. And so what we saw is those farmers really, they were impacted, of course, when a cyclone occurs, but to a much less significant extent. And those catalysts of farmers watching each other go through these extreme weather cycles has been part of the push, and the natural kind of like movement towards more farmers involving themselves in community natural farming, because when you see results, you also want to figure out how you can replicate that.
And thank you so much, Joan, for that. And because I have Professor Gudu is also a researcher, agricultural and a scientist for that matter. Prof, what Joan is saying is more or less contradicting our farming practices that we have in Migori and even Kenya at large, because she's talking about, people in India going or rather practicing organic kind of, farming. And out of that, she's saying that they realize very good produce out of that. And the situation in Kenya is different, and because we are talking to farmers right now who, in one way or the other, have also adopted, chemicalized kind of farming and not what Joan is sharing with us. What could be a take on that before I go to Mr. Oduma?
Thank you so much. I think what unites us with India and other places is to have food for everybody.
Okay.
You can produce it using the chemicals, fertilizers, and then you will be able to produce a little more depending on the quality of soil you have. And also you can produce it organically using organic matter, which you can add to the soils to enhance food production. And therefore what I would say is that because the aim is to produce more, and the circumstances differ. Some people are in the soils where they don't need to add fertilizers. Let them go ahead and enhance food production under those circumstances. Some farmers use organic. They have to add so that they can produce. I encourage them to continue that way because the overall goal is to have adequate food. And therefore, the farmers are using are under different circumstances.
Yes.
And therefore, we encourage them to use what is available for them that can enhance their food production and enhance farm productivity. I think I can only say if you are using excessive fertilizers, that we should discourage. But if we are using, because our soils are degraded and we just want to produce, and the chemical fertilizers is what we have, we encourage you to use, but not excessive. Otherwise, the best would have been if we have got enough organic matter that we can use without having to go to the chemical fertilizers.
Okay.
That would be the best. But the question is, do we all have enough organic matter that we can utilize?
Oh, yes.
So that's why I'm saying let's just look at it
Okay.
and react according to the circumstances at hand.
Yes.
To make sure that each one of us, whether you are using organic or or chemical fertilizers, ultimately you have enough food to bring to the people of this country.
Okay, so that's what matters. Having food is what matters at the end of the day. Thank you so much, Prof. Mr. Joseph Odoma, you come from Nyatike sub-county in Migori County. And Nyatike is known as a place of food scarcity. That could just be a narrative, something that people talk about. Is that true? And if it is true, in your own way or understanding, how many households, you could not have specific number of households, of course, that are food insecure, but approximately out of 10 homes, how many homes do you think are food secure, in your own understanding?
Oh, thank you very much.
Maybe get closer to your mic, kindly.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Just a few minutes on Joseph Odoma.
Yes.
From Nyatike West sub-county. That is where I really come from. And as per your question,
yes,
in fact, more particularly where I come from, that is Nyatike West, we are bordering Lake Victoria.
Yeah.
And the place is not very much having problems. And many households are practicing small-scale farming.
All right.
And depending on the availability of the rain, because we only have one season, and some areas have 2 seasons. Like area I'm coming from, we normally practice one season, majorly from February, January, February, we prepare land. Around March, we continue preparing and we sow seeds. And we normally get enough food. Because of some challenges that involves the income. Like these days, we cannot be able to get oxen that we are using to plow with. You have to actually hire a tractor. It has become a problem because many households cannot afford to actually hire a tractor. But for the few who has the oxen that can use to till the land, they are very comfortable. And in our society, we also believe in sharing. Maybe if you have an oxen and somebody doesn't have, you can actually ask for assistance from your neighbor. But averagely, when we have 10 households, averagely about a half are very comfortable. We get food. But what affects us is after preparing the land, drought, given the fact that we come around the lake region.
Yeah.
In fact, the climate change do affect our planning systems or our food systems.
Okay.
But averagely, most of us are getting food secured.
Okay. Pleasure to hear that, Mr. Oduma. Getting to Tony. Tony comes to us from NATCOM, Kenya National Commission for UNESCO, and we understand different roles that UNESCO plays. This cut from education to community radios to cultural events to social activities. And where Tony is coming from, Tony comes from education space, and this is exactly where I'm going to. And agricultural education is also pertinent, I think, in your docket. What is NATCOM doing to ensure that information is shared, and this information that's regarding agriculture and sustainable agriculture for that matter?
Thank you, Madam Olga, and I'm happy also to be part of this panel, and I'm happy to be with these distinguished panelists.
Thank you so much, Tony.
On what Kenya National Commission is doing with regard to advocacy on issues on sustainability, you know very well that NATCOM pursues the ideals of UNESCO,
right,
which talks about sustainable development and the creation of peace, and also we talk about intellectual collaboration.
Right.
So as you advance these ideals, we want to reach schools, institutions of higher learning, and TVET through various programs. And one of these programs is the UNESCO Chairs and UniTwin. For the primary, secondary, and tertiary institutions, there's a program that we have on education for sustainable development that basically impresses upon the young and the youth to be able to embrace sustainable practices,
right,
be it in environmental protection, be it in agricultural practices that embrace generative agriculture. We do this through the Associated Schools Project Network, which is a network that is meant to impress upon our learners to be cognizant of the fact that climate change is here with us, and what we can do in that response is to sensitize our communities, sensitize the younger generation, because they're the ones who are going to take over this planet, and therefore they need to have that requisite knowledge that people will be able to help them transform the communities.
Okay, thank you so much. And of course, as you talk about maybe using, advocating for maybe knowledge, and this begins from even from the school level, so children are able to pick up this even while in school to understand the issues of sustainability and things like that. And so we know that we identify or recognize that UNESCO is already doing playing a very big responsibility in ensuring that there is enough food for that matter. And what we're saying is that the trainings are beginning from, the very lower levels of children, right from maybe their primary education. I think that's a great thing. Be able to afford sustainability. And this question now goes to Joanne. Somebody must be at the top of the discussion. Somebody must be of the top. They are decision makers, people who come up with decisions about what are supposed to be done and what are not supposed to be done. And this could be the government or other policy makers, so to speak. So again, I would ask you, for India to be able to achieve food security as it is today. Yesterday we were talking with you and you told me that just a few households in India are food insecure, and that means that the majority of Indians are food secure for that matter. So whose voice matters? Who makes these decisions? Yeah.
Thank you, Olga, so much. That is a very important question, and I think that food security and the right to food should be central to policymaking. I think the interesting thing about Andhra Pradesh is that it really centers farmer experience in farmer decision making and the building of farmer agency. So what you see is that women's empowerment organizations and small-scale farmers are the heart of what's happening in the transition that's occurring in Andhra Pradesh. And at the heart of that question is thinking about how to increase food security, how to increase, to Dr. Guru's point, how to increase soil organic matter. Because the ultimate goal is to have healthy soils, healthy communities, and healthy families. And for that to happen, will people make a decent and livable income? We need to think about livelihoods and people eating good, nutritious food. And so the farmers are central. One of the unique things about Andhra Pradesh is that it's a state-led transition. So it's state-supported, state-sponsored. That includes many extension agents that are stationed around the province or the state, and a whole management team that's based in Guntur. And it's really interesting because it's a very functional ecosystem where there's feedback loops between the farmers and the senior administration to make sure that they stay central. And one of the stories, just to tell a story about soil organic matter, because that's, I think, ultimately the goal in Andhra Pradesh is to build good soils, because that's the foundation of good livelihoods and good communities. And so what they're doing is the farmers themselves are coming up with solutions that are being implemented. This includes converting land over time. So thinking about if you are using chemical inputs, can you take a small part of your land and start to convert that and build soil organic matter over time so that eventually you can phase your full farm into it without struggling to compromise your food security and your family's income? The second thing is, I think I said this yesterday at the meeting, but this really clever strategy called an anytime money market, an ATM, where it's a small part of your farm that grows diverse crops and you harvest them 365 days a year. So what these solutions look like and how policymakers and politicians who need to be at the table and how they come to the table, that's all going to be unique to the context that someone is living and working in. And so what a transition looks like for Kenya is going to be centered around what the farmers are bringing to the table, like Joseph and so many others that are here with us, and the expertise that people like Dr. Guru are bringing to share with those policies and politicians.
Thank you so much, Joan. I think straight I'll go to just from where you've left, and I thank you so much for that.
Thank you so much.
I'll go straight to Professor, who is also our Vice Chancellor at the university. Prof, before that, I don't have any woman from Kenya here on set, but I know you'll even talk on behalf of women, even though you're not a woman, Prof, and you'll have to pardon me for that. But before I get into the roles of women, you know, in ensuring as a key participant in ensuring sustainable food system, Prof, you've heard what Joan is saying. It's a kind of a collective responsibility that people of India have come up with. Like everybody's brought on board, from the policymakers to the farmers to the researchers and to everybody around. And so they sit on the table to discuss issues about sustainable food system. And that for them, according to Joan, has raised the level of food security in that country. How far? I mean, do you think that has been done that way in Kenya or in Migori County? Or there are some partners that are left behind in decision-making programs to ensuring food security?
Yeah, thank you so much, Olga, for that question. I think in Kenya we have really tried.
Okay.
The government of the country has brought in agricultural experts.
Yeah.
We have got the government employs agricultural extension officers, and the government has produced policies that guide food production and consumption. And therefore, we have tried as a country. I think Kenya as a country, we have tried. We have tried to bring the voices that matter in terms of food production.
Right.
And consumption. I think the question is, have we done enough?
Have we done enough?
And I think that my answer is, there is still quite a bit to be done as well.
Yes.
But we have moved well. The entire food chain, right from production all the way to consumption. There is a debate in this country, and somebody is talking about it every day.
Yes.
But the question is, Have we done enough?
Yes.
Probably we have not reached everybody
Yes.
who needs to know.
Yes.
And therefore we should all continue to ensure that the voices of stakeholders in the food chain
Yes.
are all brought to the table.
Right.
And we should also listen to each other so that the decisions we make are long-lasting. And the decisions we make would enhance our capacity to feed ourselves. I think that's the way to go, and the government is doing
Yes.
quite a lot. There is still yet a lot to be done as
Yes. And what Prof is saying is that the government is trying to bring different stakeholders together. All voices would matter in this, and from children, right from what Tony was saying, to the farmers, to researchers, and to other government officials, even to the policymakers. Food security matters to all of us. Yeah, Prof, you are, as I've said before, you aren't a woman, of course, but because I don't have any woman that comes from Kenya on set right now, do you think women are given enough chance, for their voices to be heard? And if at all their voices are for their voices to be heard, are they being listened to? Are they given space to practice? From what Joanna is saying, I picked something that women are given even opportunities, even to make decisions on issues of food security. What's the situation here in Kenya, and even just in Migori to be particular?
Yeah. Thank you so much for that question. If you look at food production, especially in Migori, and if you go to the farms even now, because farmers are busy in the field, you will find a lot of women in the field.
Yeah.
And I think the very high numbers, if you compare how many women you find in the field and the men you find in the field, you will be amazed that women are more. And I think this is an indication that women have been allowed to participate in the entire food chain.
Yeah.
I think the question one may want to find out is, are their voices heard, especially when it comes to decision making?
Sure.
And that is cultural. In Migori here, we have got multiple communities. We have the Kurias, we have the Luos, we have Kisis, various tribes.
Yeah.
And the idea of having voices heard is also cultural. In some cultures, women are allowed a little more space to make decisions, to own the factors of production. Some other communities, that may not be the case. And I think, as far as I'm concerned, yes, women have been given opportunity. They are in the field. They are producing food for their families. I think the question now is some critical decisions to be made about factors of production. And that is based on culture. And I think that's where we need to put more effort, so that cultures that do not allow ladies to come out and make critical decisions, we encourage them to allow women to also be part and parcel of the decisions they make about food production.
Nice. And Prof has really put it well on behalf of all women. And I think when women who are tuning into this are encouraged by what Prof is saying, what happens at the decision-making table? Women are not listened to, they are not heard, they are not always part of decision-making processes. And this is maybe what could hinder or bring challenges in women participating in sustainable food system process. What do you say about that, Tony? I know education cuts across all gender for you, and UNESCO really advocates for that. What would be your take on that, even as you advocate for these things, and what would you advise, even as you do advocacies, maybe in different roles that UNESCO does? What could be your role in this, in ensuring that all genders are part and parcel of food production and are also held accountable at decision-making progress? Yes, Tony.
Thank you. I think from where I sit, there are studies that inform the decisions that are taken within the country. And it has been shown through research that the exclusion of women and youth has significantly changed the equation when it comes to food security for our country, and even in other fronts. And therefore, as a country and as a commission, we continue to champion for inclusion and equitable distribution of resources not just resources, but you're talking about how do we involve the women and the youth. They happen to form the critical mass of our country. And therefore, on issues sustainability, it is important that their voices, that their participation and integration into the day-to-day issues that affect the country are listened to. And for me, I feel that our country has made tremendous efforts.
Right.
Though, as Professor says, there's more that needs to be done in terms of trying to iron out on the cultural issues that may be holding the involvement of women and youth. Because it is high time that they are brought to the table.
Okay, thank you so much, our dear listeners and everybody that is on board. In studio, I'm privileged to have Joseph Oduma, who is a farmer that comes to us from Nyatike Sub-County, Migori County, alongside the Vice Chancellor for Rongo University, Professor Samuel Gudu. Have Joan. Joan comes to us from India. And Mr. Tony, who comes to us from NATCOM. I'll take a short commercial break. Then thereafter, we'll come back. And when we come back, we'll be receiving phone calls from dear listeners who are listening to this program. And they'll be able to ask us different questions, which I know we'll be able to answer. I'll not pick any call for at the moment, but we'll have a commercial break. Then thereafter, return and receive calls.
Tunajivunia masomo bora kwa wote, tunasherehekea huduma bora kwa wote. Tunajivunia masomo bora kwa wote, tunasherehekea huduma bora kwa wote. Mandhari matulivu tunayatia linde kwa moyo, wanarongo wote tuimbe ae. Mandhari matulivu tunayatia linde kwa moyo, wanarongo wote tuimbe ae.
Uongozi bora, uadhiri bora, kila kitu shwari, mambo yote sawa. Ukitaka nyimbo nzuri tunazipata Rongo, ufadhili wa masomo tunaupata Rongo. Maprofesa mbalimbali wamehitimu hapa Rongo, waimbaji mbalimbali wamehitimu hapa Rongo yoyo.
Masomo bora kwa wote, tunasherehekea huduma bora kwa wote. Tunajivunia masomo bora kwa wote, tunasherehekea huduma bora kwa wote. Mandhari matulivu tunayatia linde kwa moyo, wanarongo wote tuimbe ae. Mandhari matulivu tunayatia linde kwa moyo, wanarongo wote tuimbe ae.
Rongo ye, chuo chenye mandhari matulivu kila kona. Rongo ye, chuo chenye upendo, umoja, undugu na amani. Rongo ye, gives quality education and we nurture graduates. Rongo ye.
Chuo chetu chapendeza, Rongo yetu university. Chuo chetu chapendeza, Rongo yetu university.
Si wanafunzi wa chuo cha Rongo tuko hapa tukutesa, na Profesa Gudu kasema asante, Rongo yameremeta, na Profesa Nzabo asante kwa kutushughulikia. Mwalimu Nyang'ono muziki wa Rongo wa kutegemea, si wanafunzi wa Rongo
Thank you so much again, our esteemed listeners from wherever you're listening us from. This is Rongo University FM 87.9, and we are being listened to even right now by people who come from different counties, and this is miles and miles away where these signals are reaching. We have listeners from as far as Kisumu County, which is all about 100 kilometers away. We are being listened to by people from Kisii counties, again, very many kilometers away from here. So we'll be getting whatever that they're saying, their contribution to this, and what their concerns are all about. So we'll be getting calls from them to listen to them and address their concerns in one way or the other. So we'll be picking on those lines or those calls just in a short while. But before we reach there, I would want to ask Mr. Oduma. Mr. Oduma, what could be the challenges that you face in Nyatike sub-county? Okay, before we get to Mr. Oduma's response, let me pick up this call. Let me just pick up this call. Sorry for that. Mr. Oduma, what could be the challenges that you could be having?
Thank you very much, Madam. We have numerous challenges in Nyatike West.
Yeah.
One of the major challenge is drought, unpredictable weather condition, and we also encounter pests.
All right.
Pests do hinder our productions in the farm, and which of course the climate change, which is a global issue, but it also affects us in Nyatike West. It's safe for many other things, but the key thing is drought.
Yeah.
And Nyatike, being the fact that we are in the lower part of the country, we do also encounter some floods that sometimes when the rain comes in when we have a torrent lanes, particularly during March and April, we do encounter floods. Those who are living in lower parts of the close to the lake, like we are bordering our neighbors who are using this river Kuja. Sometimes it breaks its banks, and the people living around those areas do encounter floods that do affect their crop production.
Yes.
Those are the major challenges.
Okay, and maybe just a little, Prof. What do you think can be done to Nyatike, maybe to ensure that some of those challenges that can be prevented to ensure there is more or less enough food that can be produced from Nyatike sub-county?
Thank you so much, Olga, for that question. I just want to approach it from the very fact that my colleague has presented issues to do with drought. There are several ways in which Nyatike people can be assisted. One of them is to encourage them to grow resilient crops that are drought tolerant. That will be one way in which the little rain they have, they can still get harvested. Secondly, you know, Nyatike is along Lake Victoria, and there is a huge expanse of water, and therefore we can encourage drip irrigation, sprinkler irrigation, so that we can have, even if it is not throughout the year, because Nyatike gets some rain, so we do supplemental irrigation, in which it's only when the crops require water that we do the irrigation. The other thing that we may need to handle drought is when we plant in time.
Yeah.
We plant early enough. We prepare, we do all our land preparation so that we plant in the first rain. Those are some of the ways in which we can deal with the drought. And other challenges could be there, but I was just responding to what the farmer has said.
has said. Sure. I think we'll go straight to pick in calls. Our studio line is 0737-283-353. So anybody who is out there and wants to engage with us to the studio can use that number to call us in through 0737-283-353, just to call us in so that we can know maybe how do you have any challenge, what's your contribution to sustainable food justice team, and any question that you feel we can address during this discussion. So our lines are free, and of course, I'm just waiting for anybody who is out there that is willing to call us and perhaps just ask a question or comment on the discussion that is ongoing right now. This is Rongo University radio station, and we are broadcasting at 87.9 FM, and we are picking in calls. Yes, Rongo University FM, hello? Hello? I've lost that caller. I think we can have another call again, if at all there is another caller. But even as we wait for the callers, okay, fine. We have another caller here. Hello, Rongo University FM 87.9. Yes. Who am I talking to? Uh-huh. Okay. Mm-hmm.
Now, I wanted to ask that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, like, being that I am a sorghum farmer.
Yes.
So I wanted to confirm which now the best ecological practices.
Yeah.
That I can use in sorghum farming.
Mm-hmm.
That I come from Viwa.
Yes.
To improve the soil fertility.
Right.
And now control the pests naturally.
Mm-hmm.
And then maybe increase the yields sustainably.
Okay. This is a caller from the. What's your name? Kindly come up again.
I'm Vincent Omar from Migori, Viwa.
Okay, fine. From Migori, Viwa. All right. Thank you. Thank you so much. And we have Prof here who will address that concern just shortly. If there is anyone still online, kindly. We are ready to pick up your calls before we respond to different questions. So listening to us right now through RU FM, and we are broadcasting at 87.9 FM, right from Rongo University Kitere campus. That's where we are based. Okay. Hello, Rongo University FM 87.9. Hello. Yes. Okay, Kisii kumeamkaje? Nashukuru mwenzangu. Unaitwa nani?
Naitwa Ben Mogaka.
Yes, Ben.
Mimi ni mkulima wa ndizi hapa hivi kidogo kidogo.
Ndizi kidogo.
Ndio napanda nilikuwa nategea alijua hapa hivi kidogo nikasikia mnazungumzia kuhusu
farming. Asante, nashukuru. Karibu.
Sasa mimi swali langu kama mkulima wa ndizi hapa, manake mambo ni mengi ambayo sisi tunafanya.
Naam.
Lakini sasa ni njia gani sisi kama wakulima, because nimesikia kuna mtu wa UNESCO pale ambaye yuko hapo na profesa pia nimesikia yuko. Sasa mimi kama mkulima wa ndizi, kwa maana ndizi zangu huwa zinaharibika sana. Na mara pia unapata kuwa soil yangu ndizi zinang'oka. Sasa shida inaweza kuwa ni gani? Manake nimesikia mnaongelea fertility pale na pia mimi natumianga mbolea.
Wewe pia unatumia mbolea?
Mbolea tu hii ya dukani ya Ruto hii.
Hii ya dukani hii ya serikali.
Hiyo ya serikali hapo.
Asante sana Mogaka. Asante kwa kutupigia simu kutoka maeneo ya Kisii. Kisii pia tunasikika vizuri sana. Okay, fine. Prof, I'll begin just from you before I receive another call. For the interest of time, and we are receiving so many calls, maybe we'll just pick this and answer them, because we may be running out of time as well. Yes, RUFM, this is 87.9 FM. Welcome. Karibu.
Hello.
Yes, hello. Who am I speaking to kindly?
Rongo.
Yes, Eva, karibu.
Mimi niko nataka kuuliza swali
kama kijana, naam.
Nimesikia kuna madama hapo ameongelea kuna organization kule India ambao wako na watu wengi around 1.7 million farmers. Na ningependa tu atujuze like the number of youth ambao work now.
Nice.
Hapo hivi Kenya, like the number of youth ambao wanafanya agriculture is very low.
Yeah.
And it's not that they don't know about agriculture. Some of us, like tumesoma in high school and whatever, we have some knowledge.
Yes.
We know the do's and don'ts, but still the number of youth
down.
like engaging in agriculture is very low. So
Oh,
what
yeah.
are the strategies that they are using to make sure that they attract youth so
Okay.
that we can even do so in Kenya?
Nice. And I can see Joanne is already nodding her head for that, because the question was asked in Swahili, and of course she was able to grasp as few questions, that bit of that question properly. Prof, let me just begin with you.
Yes.
Issues of sorghum. This farmer is saying that what can be done to ensure that he has enough produce on sorghum. It comes from all the way from there, and it talks about even the soil nature. I don't know if you understand that kind of soil, but I know you know, because you are a researcher for that matter. And what can be done, I mean, for that farmer, and even for others who are listening to us right now, this is a sorghum farmer, to ensure that for him he has enough produce on his farm. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you so much for that question. Sorghum farming is nowadays profitable. Sorghum is used by Kenya breweries for brewing, and sorghum is nutritional, highly nutritional. We do a lot of research in sorghum in Rongo University.
Yeah.
We have produced around 11 new varieties that we are distributing and farmers are using. So I'm happy to hear that there's a farmer out there who is asking,
all the way in Dewa,
from Dewa, who is asking how he can enhance the productivity of sorghum. And I just want to say, number one, select the correct variety.
Oh yeah.
And we are here at Rongo University. If we discuss, we'll be able to advise you on which correct variety. Some varieties produce higher than others.
Oh yeah.
And they are meant for various agroecological zones.
Okay.
And therefore, we will be able to advise him the right variety of sorghum that he needs to grow. Secondly, high productivity is linked to soil fertility.
Yes.
And therefore, we may also, and in Rongo University, we have a very good laboratory that tests soil quality and characteristics. And therefore, he may also need to interact with us so that we have got people whom we can send to the farm. They look at the soils, and on the basis of the quality of soil, we will be able to give further recommendations. High productivity in sorghum, because I know Ndewa has black cotton soil. So some of those soils may not require chemical fertilizers, but sometimes it is prone to flooding. And therefore it depends on the position of that farm, the kind of soils they have. And for us at Rongo University, we will be able to advise appropriately. Finally, sorghum, you have got two broad categories.
And maybe, Prof, you can address this together with the Kisi issue, the same for the Ndizi, for the bananas plantation. Yes. Yeah.
So we have got two broad categories of sorghum: white seeded sorghum and then red seeded sorghum. And also the white seeded sorghum is eaten quite a lot by birds. And therefore, again, when we are at the farm and we understand the environment around the farm, we will be able to really advise appropriately which type of sorghum varieties, how to enhance soil fertility. And finally, I just want to also encourage him to interact with agricultural extension. The government has put agricultural extension officers there, and we interact with them very well. Even in yesterday, you remember we had got the county agricultural officer, and who is also in charge of extension, so that we can be able to interact and give him more information on how to enhance sorghum production in this farm.
True. That is true. What about the caller from Kisi? Also talking about how does he improve his banana plantations and produce from bananas?
Thank you so much.
Yes.
I understand the growing of banana, and Kisi is one of the highest producing county producing banana in this country. And therefore, for the banana farmer, I would want to say banana is a horticultural crop. Banana is a heavy feeder. It requires quite a lot of nutrition from the soil. And my advice is that for him to continue, and the other banana farmers to continue getting high yielding banana, they need to take care of the soil. the soil must be fertile.
Yes.
The banana, the way they also need to pick the right quality of bananas, whether you are making a cooking banana or whether you want to sell it ripe for those who are going to eat it.
Yes.
Each of those have got specific characteristics.
Wow.
And that we can advise also when we interact closer, so that they get the correct variety.
Yes.
But the biggest trick is in the soil, because banana stays a little longer in the soil.
Yes.
The first one dies after reproducing, but then it produces many suckers.
Yeah.
And those suckers remain in the same area, and therefore they tend to be soil exhaustion. And the best way is to ensure that organic material that they get around the home is always brought to the roots of the bananas, and therefore they will continue yielding more.
Very informative. I think if I in a class setup would have said, can you clap for Prof, because that is quite information there to not only banana farmers or to sorghum farmer who have just called, but to entire community, everybody that is listening, including myself, who is also a farmer. Okay, we are coming to close to the end of this, and maybe just one concern about what is the ratio of youth inclusivity in practice in farming in India. Our caller, lady who was just called, says that in Kenya, young people are not really part of the process. So she's eager to know, how do you include youth, and to what extent, so that maybe she can compare with what's happening in Kenya right now. Yes.
Caribou to both the caller and Olga for posing the question.
Yeah.
And I want to say a huge thank you to Mercy from
Mercy from Eldoret, from NatCom.
From NatCom.
Yeah.
And also to Jolita, one of the farmers who's here with Joseph.
Yeah.
Because we had a chance to talk about this over the last couple of days. And I think the thing is that farming is a story of a trajectory, at least in Andhra Pradesh. So I can speak, I guess, both from a Canadian and a global perspective, but also from an Andhra Pradesh perspective. From a Canadian and global perspective, I think what we're seeing is youth being more interested in farming, but interested in leadership and engaging with farming in a way that feels relevant to this generation. So using communications technologies that make more sense for them, telling shorter stories, and connecting with each other about how to get engaged in farming, in food systems, and agriculture. From Andhra Pradesh, I think it starts from the story of why there was a big transformation towards natural farming, which was in part due to soil erosion and chemical exposure and food insecurity and compromising of livelihoods and the presence of poverty. And so natural farming, I think, has given youth this understanding that farming doesn't have to be something you have to leave to make a livelihood, that you can make a livelihood in farming by reconnecting with the land. And that has also allowed youth to reconnect to indigenous seeds, indigenous knowledge, and understand and kind of relearn different cultural recipes that are connected now to the growing of these crops as part of natural farming. And so it's been really interesting to see, I think, in the communities that youth have been involved from the beginning through the Women's Empowerment Organization as a kid, and then, continuing to be part of that process through the community. And the question is, I think, fundamentally keeping youth in farming and keeping them engaged with farming. And I don't think anyone has an answer for it, but I think that what we can do is, if we ensure something has a good livelihood, allows you to have respect of work, and allows you to truly enjoy what you do and connect with your food and connect with the people you live near, that's something you want to do.
Yeah.
So I think it's making farming and food systems something that brings joy and prosperity to people's lives is the first thing. The second thing is finding ways to communicate in a way that engage youth directly amongst themselves and with the concepts of transition and natural farming and agriculture more generally. And then I think the third thing is empowering those youth so that they have space and agency to help with decision making.
Makes sense. And that's, I know it's clear to that young girl who has just called us. We are coming close to the end of this session. because we're having another podcast just right after this. Another people will be joining us on set once again. But before we close down, Tony, just you are still a young man. The element of youth inclusivity, maybe in 30 seconds, then you wrap it up. What is it that you think that can be done differently in Kenya to ensure that Kenyans, most homes, if not all, are food secure? Just in 1 minute, and you address that. Thank you.
Thank you. I think for the youth, my voice to you is you don't need to be included. You have to fight for that space, and that space is now. The population that we are talking about is the majority in our country, and just 10% of them are the ones who are actively involved in the production of food security.
All right.
I say that it is high time they become change agents. Let them link up with institutions like the UNESCO chair for Rongo to be able to be empowered on those practices that can be able to improve the modernization of food security. Yes.
Yes. And to my last question, what do you think can be done differently, even just as a wrap-up, that's not being done, but can be done differently to ensure that Kenya as a country is food secure, from where you come from and even from UNESCO and NATCOM, basically?
I want to believe we have the right expertise, and that is perhaps why we have this institution here. Let us be able to leverage on the expertise that we have and tap on that to be able to generate our food. I believe a lot of researches have been done. What is remaining is for us to actualize those recommendations and findings that can be able to help the farmers bring better yields in their farms. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Tony. Joanne, even as I just finished with you in just 30 seconds, what do you think Kenyans can borrow from you, from your practices? Having listened to us, having listened to our issues, our challenges, what do you think we can really borrow from you so that we apply in our practices? Just in 30 seconds.
Yes, of course. I think that what I would say is that it's a co-learning, and even over the last 3 days, we've had the immense pleasure of learning so much. And I think that's the beauty of the Flow Project, that Dr. Guru and Dr. Blake Palmer of people are engaged in, which is learning from many regions around the world what transition looks like for that region. And I think the thing is, we have shared opportunities, we have shared challenges, but we also have the need for contextually specific solutions. So what works in Andhra may not work in Kenya, and what works in Kenya may not work in Brazil, but that there are common pieces of change that we can share and learn from each other to help support those transitions happen around the world. And collect the evidence and data needed to show policymakers that transformation is possible, but we need to work towards it together.
Right.
So thank you so much, Olga, and thank you to everyone.
And that is key, community of practice.
Yes.
All together here with one voice. And the voice is food matters.
Yes.
And everybody, every one of us here needs food. And we must have that food. Yes, Mr. Oduma, as we finish, what do you think can be done differently to ensure that Nyatike and even entire Migori County, and by extension even Kenya as a country, can have enough food? In your own understanding of food security, having learned all these things, what do you think can be done differently to change the narrative of Migori County being food insecure, Nyatike being food insecure? Yeah.
Thank you very much. That's a very important question. In my own thinking, for us to fight to have food for our consumption and even get the surplus to shell, we should practice modern farming.
Okay.
Modern farming is very key as opposed to our old traditional farming. We should also actually adapt the use of agribusiness instead of what we call subsistence farming, because that one is when our youths can see farming as an investment, job creation, so that they join, because they are the people who have strength and energy to go to the farm. If they can join, then actually youth form a larger part. So we'll be food secured in Nyatike. We should also need to actually...
Just in 2 seconds, because you're running out of time.
Okay, thank you very much. Apart from modern practices of farming, we also need to actually accept that farming is a great thing and can change our lives, so that our people embrace farming as a very viable activity.
Thank you so much, and that is key. Farming is important, and we should also always regard farming as an important activity that we do. Prof, maybe as we finish and as a wrap up, maybe what can you say that we haven't said, maybe in 30 seconds, and then also there are people that you also said that these farmers can connect to Rongo University. Then how can they connect to Rongo University, maybe to have their soil tested and things like that, if at all they are willing to come here and, you know, be assisted in one way or the other? Yes, as we finish.
Thank you so much. As I said, we have got a very good soil analysis laboratory. Any farmer out there who may want to communicate, want to test the soils, we are open. They may need to write, or they may need to call in, just do a call in and tell us exactly where they are and how we can make arrangement to sample the soil, and then we give them back the results. I also would want to just encourage our farmers in Migori that we should be able, Migori, because of the good climate, we should be able to produce more for us to eat and sell the surplus
at the same time.
Yes, and I think if we listen to the agricultural experts, we will be able to improve our livelihoods.
Nice. I'll take this opportunity to call to thank every one of you who joined me on set today to discuss this important subject. It's always my pleasure to always have you here, and so that we can discuss on these key issues together with our listeners, the callers, and everyone who made this possible, the producers, Mr. Andres, and even Albert, and the rest that made this possible. I want to say thank you so much, and may God bless you. I had Joanne from India, I have Tony from NatCom, Mr. Doma from Nyatike, and Professor Samuel Gudu is also our host. That's the Vice Chancellor for Rongo University, and from me, the host, Olga Millicent Tower. Bye-bye, and may God bless you. Bye.
Thank you. Yeah, so thank you